Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over just my progression story and why I switched to keyboard and mouse in Fortnite. And in this video, I'm also going to be covering some motivation for you guys if you're starting off on keyboard and mouse or you're thinking about making the switch to keyboard and mouse. I want to give you guys a little bit of motivation so you guys don't give up and go back to controller like I did about 20 times. Just before we hop into today's video, I would really appreciate it if you guys could like the video and subscribe to the channel with my post notifications turned on, just so you guys never miss any of my future uploads. Also, if you want to support me just a little bit further, please use my supporter creator code Cozmos in the Fortnite item shop because it would help me out so much. And without any further ado guys, let's get right into it. So before we jump into this, let's go back in time to when I first switched to keyboard and mouse. Now I don't remember the exact date because I've actually switched to keyboard and mouse many times, but I do remember that I did finally decide to stick to keyboard and mouse in Chapter 1 Season 8. But that season was pretty fun though, I'm not gonna lie. Like, any of the Chapter 1 seasons, in my opinion, don't flame me in the comments, are better than any of the Chapter 2 seasons, okay? Because you got the old map, you got a bunch of fun things in pubs. Bro, it was so fun. So when I was starting off on keyboard and mouse, I was a total bot. My peripherals consisted of a Walmart keyboard and mouse that must have been from the Stone Ages, and I had this mouse pad that was incredibly painful to use in long periods of time. And to top that all off, I was playing keyboard and mouse on a PS4, so the input delay and FPS were actually horrible. And again, to top that all off, I was playing on a 40-inch TV, so I guess we all start somewhere. And you guys clicked on this video wondering exactly why I made the switch to keyboard and mouse, and that's a good question, so let me go ahead and tell you why. So the first reason that I actually ended up switching to keyboard and mouse was because using a controller was extremely painful for me, especially if I used it for like a long amount of time. I was pretty good at using a controller for like 30 minutes, maybe up to an hour max, but after that my thumb, like right the base of my thumb, would start to hurt so much. And a quick Google search that I just did actually says here that it could have been overuse of my thumb or arthritis or carpal tunnel, which I'm glad that I kind of switched to keyboard and mouse, because in my mind I thought that switching to keyboard and mouse would have been way more comfortable, and man was I right. Because when I used to play Fortnite for hours and hours on end, the pain would actually start to get like unbearable. It was so bad, so uncomfortable, and all I wanted to do was play, but I couldn't because it just hurt so bad. So that was one of the huge reasons that I ended up switching to keyboard and mouse, was just because of the immense amount of pain I was in when I was playing Fortnite with a controller, and especially because I was playing for so long. I thought that making the switch to a whole other input was worth it, just so I could, like, you know, maybe not get carpal tunnel at the age of 18, 20, and it was a pretty good idea, because if I was still playing on controller now, who knows where my thumbs would be now. Probably I wouldn't have them. And another reason that I wanted to switch to keyboard and mouse was just because I wanted to take my game to the next level, because what it felt like when I was on controller is that I actually reached my max skill level at one point, and I literally could not improve for the life of me. There was nothing I could do differently to improve. I have reached my skill cap on controller, and I'm like, you know what, I kind of want to just become a better player, because I was starting to try and take Fortnite a little more seriously. And you know, like I said in the intro, I switched in Season 8. That's when I made the full transition. So at that point the game was pretty dull, it was pretty boring, so I was like, you know what, this is like the best time for me to make the switch, so screw it, let's go ahead and make the switch. And I'm so glad that I did. And guys, let me tell you, even after just a month of playing keyboard and mouse, I doubled the skill that I had on controller, which is just mind-blowing. I couldn't even believe half the things I was capable of just by switching to keyboard and mouse. It was kind of ridiculous. I was doing things that I never thought were even possible for me to do, and even after just a month when I've been playing on controller since the game practically came out, it's insane to see how much progress I can make in just 1 month, and my skill level could just skyrocket like that in just 1 month of making the transition to a keyboard and mouse. It's kind of crazy. And to add on to my last point, I saw lots of pros like Symphony and Tfue and Mongrel on keyboard and mouse at the time, and at the time there wasn't many controller pros, and I wanted to just try and play the game competitively, and I wanted to become as good as these amazing players, because you remember Symphony, the fastest editor in the game at one point, and like Tfue, he was absolutely insane at the game as well, and Mongrel, he's still pretty nuts at the game. I wanted to be like them, so I just decided to make the switch to keyboard and mouse, and it really paid off. Even though I'm not even close to as good as them, I'm still so glad I made the switch to keyboard and mouse. And another reason that I switched to keyboard and mouse was because I was always just so fascinated watching other people use a keyboard and mouse. It was always just so interesting to me because from my perspective, it seemed like impossible to play on a keyboard and mouse, and just me watching my friends and pros absolutely dominate people on keyboard and mouse really motivated me and made me want to just get better and make the switch to a new input. And it's just because it looked so crazy to me. Like, using a keyboard and mouse was like foreign to me. It was nuts. I couldn't believe like how fast people are able to move around the map and just kill people. It was insane because on controller I was like so sluggish and slow. I was just completely over it. I was so bad on controller and I thought it was absolutely nuts, but judging based on this gameplay in the background, I really wasn't as good as I thought I was, and I was just a really slow player because controllers just really weren't meta back then in season 8. I am so much happier mentally that I made the switch to keyboard and mouse, because if I didn't switch to keyboard and mouse, this channel probably wouldn't have even existed, which is pretty sad to think about because I don't know what I'd be doing right now without this YouTube channel, to be honest. So I'm really glad I made the switch to keyboard and mouse for 1,000,001 different reasons. And obviously, as a beginner, you really kinda suck a lot in the beginning. Just judging based on this gameplay in the background that you guys are watching, yeah, this is me right here. It's pretty embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? I didn't care how bad I was because I just wanted a challenge, and also Fortnite had just removed health per kill at the time and the game was extremely boring. So I'm like, this is the perfect time for me to make the switch, so let's go ahead and do it. And I put my heart and soul into it, and then I just never quit from there on out. So I guarantee you guys, if Fortnite hadn't removed health and shield per kill, I definitely would have still been on controller. I remember when Fortnite originally removed health per kill and the game was so bad, guys. People were going insane on Twitter. They were so mad, and myself included. So I'm just like, you know what, screw this. I'm just gonna go ahead and switch inputs, and I have absolutely no regrets doing so, because although you're going to suck, you are going to absolutely suck major, you know what, in the beginning, it's worth it because it's going to pay off as long as you put the time in to practice, and it's just gonna pay off. You just gotta make sure you don't give up. The grind is real and it's going to take a while, but I promise you guys, as long as you keep grinding and don't give up, you're going to become an insane player. I promise you guys. And then guys, my final point here, I finally got my PC in 2020, and then I just kept improving on keyboard and mouse, and I started making videos for all you guys back in 2020 just to help you guys improve on keyboard and mouse. And that's part of the reason I started making videos on this channel. I made it to cover tips and tricks that I didn't know as a beginner, and that if I did know them, I would have been improved so much faster. And I just wanted to share stuff that I didn't know as a beginner to you guys just to help your progression go a lot faster. And honestly, I'm so happy to be able to help so many of you guys every single day. I get so many comments from you guys, and trust me, I have notifications on for my phone. I see every single comment you guys leave, and seeing your guys' comments that I helped you improve on keyboard and mouse, you guys do not know how happy that makes me. I know that my job is being done properly, and I know that I'm doing things right because I just wanted to be able to help one person with my videos, and to see that I've helped tens of thousands of you guys is completely insane. And I never thought in 1,000,000 years that I'd ever be able to help so many of you guys, and I'm just so forever grateful for all of that. Alright guys, so this is the part of the video where it's gonna get pretty wholesome. This is gonna be a bit of motivation for you guys, so if you want some motivation and you want to be motivated, stick around. I know a lot of you guys are probably struggling to improve on keyboard and mouse right now, as I was in the beginning as well. I had this like super cheap membrane keyboard, this Walmart mouse. Like I said in the beginning, I had a mouse pad that definitely gave me carpal tunnel, and it wasn't fun, you know. And I know a lot of you guys starting out are probably in the same situation I was in as a beginner, and I just want to tell you guys that it's all right, dude. It's okay. Like, you don't need to worry about changing your peripherals right away. Dude, look at what I started on, bro. I started on this like absolutely terrible keyboard and mouse, this mouse pad that probably would have gave me carpal tunnel, and I had to like get my hands cut off, and I stuck with it, bro. I stuck with it, and I had the worst setup in the world. I was playing on this 40-inch TV. It was terrible. I started on my PS4, and now look, guys, and now look where I am now. I'm here and I'm still alive. I still have my hands. So if you're a beginner and you're worrying about buying the most expensive stuff in the world, and oh, I need this expensive keyboard, keyboard, this final mouse, this insanely huge mouse pad. You don't. Okay, working with what you have is amazing. It's so good, and that's what I did, guys. That's what I did. I worked with what I had, and that's what's most important, honestly. Don't worry about changing everything right away, because to be quite honest, it doesn't really matter what peripherals you have, whether you have the most expensive keyboard and mouse or the worst keyboard and mouse. You're still gonna be all right. It's gonna be fine. This right here is gonna go out to all you guys, whether you're trying to switch to keyboard and mouse or you're thinking about it. I want to let you know that it's going to be all right. Okay, so you're going to die a lot, and well, that's to be expected because, well, you're starting to learn a new input, so obviously you're gonna die a lot. Now, when you die on keyboard and mouse, it's probably gonna be pretty common that you're gonna be like, oh dang, I could have destroyed that guy if I was on controller. That guy is absolutely terrible. If I was on controller, I could have dominated him. I don't want you guys to think like that, because that is a terrible mindset to have. That's absolutely terrible, and you want to get out of that mindset. It's just so unhealthy, and I was stuck in that mindset for so long. That's gonna hold you back as a player. So next time you die inside of Fortnite, whatever it is that you die because of, like if you die some guy that snipes you in the head, you're like, oh, I could have definitely outsmarted him if I was on controller. You guys gotta get out of that mindset, man. You guys gotta just believe in the process, gotta trust the process, and I promise you guys, like seriously, this is so genuine. I promise you guys, you will improve on keyboard and mouse. You just gotta trust the process and keep grinding. Never ever step back and be like, you know what, if I was on controller, I could have beat him. And don't switch back to controller, because that's not gonna help you out, and that's not gonna help you improve on keyboard and mouse, obviously. Next time you go into Fortnite and you die for whatever reason, I want you guys to learn from your deaths, understand why you died, and make improvements based on that. Don't blame your death on you not being on controller. Don't blame your death at all. Just take your deaths from an analytic standpoint. Try and understand why you died and what you could have done better in that fight to actually win the fight. That right there is going to motivate you. That's going to fuel you to actually make improvements in your game, therefore helping you improve on keyboard and mouse faster. So it don't matter if you're starting on PS4, PC, whatever you're starting to play keyboard and mouse on, work with what you have and keep a good mindset, because that right there, those are the two most important things. Working with what you have, understanding that it's okay to have the worst keyboard and mouse pad in the world, and that it's all right to be a little bit frustrated at your deaths, but do not get trapped in that mindset of, oh, I could have destroyed him if I was on controller, or oh, he's a bad player and blah blah blah. Don't do that. Learn from your mistakes, improve on them, and work with what you have. You guys got this. I believe in you. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you guys stuck to the end of this video, please drop a like for your boy and subscribe to the channel for that epic motivational content I just gave you right there. And I really hope your progression goes well. And if you have any questions regarding improving on keyboard and mouse, please obviously don't hesitate to leave them down below, because coming from someone who improved on keyboard and mouse, I can definitely help you as well. So leave all your questions, comments, concerns down below, and I'll be sure to help you out. My next video is going to be, should you switch to keyboard and mouse in 2021? That's going to be coming out on Thursday, so make sure you guys look out for that video, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and this month we have reset all of our creator supporters, so if you'd like to go ahead and support me in the Fortnite item shop, please use my supporter creator code Cozmos, because you already know all the money I make from that code is going to go directly back into funding my YouTube channel. So I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out. It would mean the absolute world to me. Anyway guys, sorry for rambling on. I just really wanted to get that off my chest and motivate you guys a little bit, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys on Thursday for a brand new video. Peace out, guys.